Okay.
Get on mute.
I'm Ben. My name is Benjamin Andujo. So my first memory of meeting Taylor is funny because a lot of people ask us that question, and honestly, we both don't remember. But my first memory of Taylor is probably when I first went over her house. Like, I remember I was with David and I was with Hazen, and and I was with the other David too, David G. And they invited me over to hang out with Taylor, and it was like the first time I ever have went to her house, and that was like my first like actual interaction, like, hey, we're hanging out, but like kind of not really, because like honestly I was really bored the whole time. But my first initial thing about Taylor, like, in her personality, that like made me kind of like be interested in her, like, and be like, hey, like, we're doing this, or like kind of pursuing her, you know. I think my first initial one was like, I don't know, she was very reserved and quiet, to me at least. Like, that's not how she is now. Definitely not. If I would have knew that. Anyways, but no, I liked how reserved she was. Like, I just like I've always appreciated that. Like, it's just cute to me. Like, for instance, like she was shy. She was this little tiny girl with these giant glasses. She looked like a little nerd to me, and like, I don't know, we were just kind of just hit it off. Like, so between me and Taylor, we both argue like all the time on who initiated who, and it's only like sometimes like she'll take credit for it, sometimes I'll take credit for it. Overall, I'm gonna say I take it. So originally, like, when we first ever started like talking or anything like that, she she was doing it. She did a group DM, and she invited a bunch of people to Six Flags, and I was on the DM, and then she's like, if you guys have any questions on the DM thing, and she put her number in the DM, and I was sitting there and I was like, I knew exactly what she was talking about, but I was acting a little dumb because I wanted to. Well, I think, okay, so the first time that like Taylor, or like that, I feel like she showed interest in me, like, where I was like, like, yeah, she does like me, or like, it was at Six Flags. But it was like our first time ever at Six Flags together. It was like getting dark, and at Six Flags, like, if anybody ever knows me, like, the one ride I don't ever go on is X2. Like, I can go on Goliath, I go on Superman. Put me on Ninja, I'll get on any ride, but not X2. I don't like X2. I don't know, for it's just too much. Like, and we were with a group, like, they were all hyping me up to go on X2, and of course, like, being in front of Taylor, I didn't want to back out. I was like, you know what, let's go. As we're going, Taylor freaking runs off. She runs off. She's like, no, I don't. She's like, I don't want to do it, and she runs away. I was super bummed after that. I was like, she hates me. She doesn't like me. Like, I was like, this isn't gonna work. And so I remember sitting in the line, like, at like waiting for X2. I was like, not only do I have to get on this stupid ride that I don't like, and I was like, but like, Taylor ain't even gonna ride with me. I was super bummed. And then, like, as I'm sitting there, like, Taylor comes running back, and then, like, I think at that moment I was like, in my head, I was like, you know what? She probably does like me.
Nice. How was the ride?
The ride sucked. So we were texting one night, and disclaimer: I didn't want to do it over text, but like, your boy don't do so good around females. I didn't want to do it on text, but I was like, you know what? Like, my feelings are there. I can't, like, I don't want to be in this friend zone. Like, like, I gotta do this. Like, I gotta. So I couldn't do it anymore. So that night I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Like, texted her this big old paragraph, like, saying, like, this is how I feel. Like, you make me happy. Like, you're hilarious. Like, it was funny. Like, in everything, like, throughout all my, like, my whole paragraph that I sent her, I never told her I liked her. I just I just said, you know, basically how I felt. And she took forever to text me back. And I was super worried. And it felt like the longest, like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it was of my life. After the whole big old paragraph that I texted her, all she texted me back was, "So you like me?" question mark. And then I was like, "Yes, I do. That is how I feel." Taylor's like, all she did was like, "Okay, cool, me too." Like it was something like that. Like it was probably a little more sweeter than that, you know, like worded, but like overall it was no paragraph. Like compared to my paragraph, it was like a sentence. The first time I ever told Taylor that I loved her was on text. I'm pretty bad. Oh my god. Now that I think about it, like that's horrible.
Did you propose on text?
That would have been funny. Like I FaceTimed her, like, "Hey, like, I bought a ring." Like, thinking about that, like I probably would have done that. I should have done that differently, but that's how it happened. But hey, I got her. Um. So, but yeah, it was on text, and I honestly don't remember. Like it wasn't nothing special. I know I had been feeling it. It was pretty soon, honestly, and like
How long into the relationship?
I want to say less than a year.
Okay.
Less than a year for sure.
Like less than half a year, or like more than half a year.
Probably like 2 months later, honestly. And I think when it came like real to me, and I was like sitting there, I was like, dang, like she really loves me. Like, I think it was when I got in my motorcycle accident. I don't think. I was getting ready for a meeting, and like everything was just a chore. Like I had to put on my socks like one-handed, and I wasn't good at it. It was like my first or second meeting I went to, like after I got my cast. Taylor was with me, and like she was gonna go to a meeting with us, and then like I was like getting so frustrated because I couldn't put my sock on, and then like she was like, "Here, I'll do it," and she like rolls up my sock and then puts my sock on, and then I'm like sitting there like that, like, and like it was like at that moment that I realized, I was like, dang, this girl loves me. Like honestly, like when I was in my accident, I didn't really like I knew it happened, but then it was hard for me to like be like, you know, it happened, like, because everything happened so fast, and like I didn't want to go to the doctor. Like I don't know. I remember saying, I was like, you know, just give me like a new pair of jeans and I'll go to work, like, cause like my jeans were destroyed. Like I was like basically in my chonies. I think I was like driving home, and then I started crying because I was like, you know, like, did this just happen? Like, of course, I think after everything, then I realized, I was like, dang, I really like, you know, got hit by a car right now. Like after that, it was like my mom and Taylor were cleaning my wounds, and that probably hurt more than like I would rather have gotten hit by another car, probably. But they were like pouring like 100% alcohol on my knees, and my knees were like all road rashed out from the accident, and like Taylor and my mom were both enjoying it a lot. That was I think it was between those times, like when I got in my accident, because Taylor was there for me. Taylor was, you know, like she was helping me get dressed, like she was helping me through the bad time, you know, and like that was probably when I needed her the most. And I think it was at that, like between that time in my life, where I was like, dang, like I realized in my head, like she'll be there for me, like this girl really loves me. I knew I wanted to be with Taylor, like, you know, like right around New Year's of 2017 is like when I officially knew. I was like, okay, I need to make some moves to marry this girl. I proposed to her on June 2nd. So I had got the idea of proposing in Malibu from Taylor. I remember she sent me something on Pinterest a long time ago. Like for the longest time, she was always talking about, like, you know, like we should go visit Malibu. Like it's, you know, like she wanted to experience that. So I got the idea from that. My original plan was for me to propose to her at the restaurant in Malibu. But I ended up going to the restaurant like while she was on vacation. I scoped out the spot, and it turned out that like someone had rented the whole restaurant out for the night, so I couldn't even get it. So that ruined that plan. But I still wanted her to, experience the restaurant. So I took her to breakfast there, and then I knew I wanted to take her to the beach at some point, but I didn't know where, I didn't know how. Like, it was really nice. Like, disclaimer: she didn't want proposal. Yeah, she didn't want a beach proposal, but that was like her one ask. She was like, just don't propose to me on the beach. And I didn't want to do it, but then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to do it anyway because, first of all, I think like her idea of a beach proposal was like a cheesy thing where it's like, there's like a heart in the sand with our names in it. Like, just something you would see in the movies. Like, and I think that was her like perception of like a beach proposal. But like, it was different. Like, the cave was like, it was different. Like, it was a cave on a beach. Like, it was a really private spot. Like, and it was nice. Like, I thought it was nice. Yes, for sure. I think she knew. She doesn't like being surprised. Like, I love surprising her, but she doesn't like to be like surprised. She'll like, like, she's so curious. She's a little curious George. So I think I do, especially the time, and like everything, like while it was all happening that day. I'm pretty sure she knew. But I think the main thing was that, like the setting and everything, and then the fact that all of our family was there. Like, I think that was the main surprise. But I think overall, I think she knew that she was gonna get proposed to. No, I didn't have any doubts that she was gonna say yes. It was funny because like her mom was telling me like like what if she says no? Like, I was like, she's not. Like, even my mom said that too. She was like, well, what if she says no? And I was like, I didn't think about it because she's not gonna say no. I knew she was gonna say yeah. That would suck if she said no. Me and Taylor are really funny together. Like, every time we're together, like, we're always joking, and I love that. Like, I love being around like funny people. Like, and she could take a joke too. Sometimes, but for the most part, she could take a joke. But like, I love how like we both make each other laugh. I love how, like, I can get like upset or like be unreasonable or whatever, and like out of all people, she's the one that knows how to like tame that, like make me like think right and things like that. And I can see her, she's a good like compliment for me because she's that other part that sometimes I lack in, and she's there to like like, hey, like like we shouldn't do this, or like like, oh, like let's straighten up or whatever, or just reminders, just be like encouragement and things like that. Like, I think just like the last thing that I want to tell Taylor is that I'm excited. I'm definitely I'm excited. I know it's been a long time in the making, but I'm glad that we're here now. I'm glad that we are where we are. For one, because it was too long. I know it should have happened a while ago, but like I said, I'm glad we are here. I'm excited, and I can't wait till October 20th, and I look forward to it. And just remember, I am the captain now.
Thanks. That's it.